Just tell us about World Health Networks and what you're showing here at Passenger Terminal Expo.
World Health Networks is a company that has a marvelous new medical device that goes into airports that provides people free of charge a look at their own health risks, especially when it comes to blood pressure and weight. These have dramatic influences over cardiovascular and even diabetes risks. So this is a self-service, non-invasive biometric health station. It's co-sponsored around the world with the World Heart Federation, made up of all the heart federations and associations around the world. Therefore, we can assure its accuracy and to make sure it's very intuitive for a self-service health station.
So tell us what's the information that it gives you?
Well, it gives you the basic biometrics that are important. Matter of fact, the same biometrics you would get with a doctor's office visit with usually a nurse. Weight and blood pressure and a body fat measurement. The body fat is measured two ways. One is a universal standard for a calculation based upon your gender and your age and your weight and your height. And that's a calculation, and it does that for you because it takes your weight and then asks you for the other information. But it also takes a body fat index through a bioimpedance method, which essentially is a very small electrical current that goes through and makes a full circuit between your hands and around. So because body fat and body muscle are different densities, the algorithm can read which you have and give you even a more accurate reading on that. And of course, the blood pressure is through the cuff with a very, very accurate way in which we compress and take the two versions of how blood pressure are used.
Why airports?
Well, airports are important because, you have a lot of people who are a little higher educated necessarily, maybe even more affluent, and can act as ambassadors around the world for better health. If they're better attuned with their own health risks, there's a good chance they'll impart that to their own families and their co-workers, etc. So airports is a key target for getting people to be better understanding their own health risks.
Tell us why you're supporting this and the reasons.
Well, I think to talk about why we support it, you need to understand a little bit about cardiovascular disease as a whole. I think probably most people who watch this or get anywhere close to this would have known someone who suffered from some form of heart disease. But people don't understand the scale of this. Cardiovascular disease kills over 17.3 million people every year. It's the single biggest killer of its kind in the world, of any kind. And significantly, unfortunately, kills far more people than infectious diseases and other non-communicable diseases. We realize that one of the biggest barriers to addressing that is awareness. And as such, working with the World Health Networks, we understand the value of putting a device like this into, let's say, a high footfall environment like an airport. Awareness of things like cardiovascular disease can also be carried very easily from person to person. So if you're a father and you're traveling through, if you're a mother traveling through, if you're a young student traveling through and you get to hear about this and you understand perhaps after using the machine that you are at risk because of one aspect of your lifestyle, such as smoking, perhaps obesity and so on, then, or even just mildly overweight, to be quite honest, then this is something that this machine will bring home to you. And it's not a one-off, it's not a stand on here and get your statistics and get your figures. With these machines dotted all over the world in international and in cases domestic airports, there's an opportunity for you to measure your progress. So if you see that you're identified as being at risk, if you take action, which everyone should do, following up with your general practitioner or even directly with a cardiologist, you can find yourself being able to measure your progress every time you pass through an airport.
And from an airport's point of view, is this a value-added product that the passenger can see that this is happening, this is something that they're interested in, they've invested in that sense?
Well, we like to say that it's win, 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 all the way around. Because yes, it's obviously a terrific amenity for passengers because it's offered for free to those passengers with large dwell times in post-security areas, or airside as we say. So obviously for them it's a way for them to use that time very efficiently and effectively with health and wellness messaging. That's a win, certainly. It's a win for the airport because there is a revenue participation in the formula. It's also a win for the airport because we can send from this health station people to other health and wellness sites in the airport. Pharmacies are becoming now more prevalent in airports, for example. Even medical doctors are in airports. Certainly other health and wellness products, flying issues, motion issues, etc. Healthier food choices on menus. So that's the third win. And the fourth win is for the employees as well, because airports are huge employers of many thousands, usually, of employees. And for the employees to have access to this provides for a corporate wellness program to help maintain the cost of healthcare for their own employees. So we say it's 4 wins.
And what have your conversations been like with there've been airports, obviously walking around this hall visiting? What's been their reaction?
This has been phenomenal for us. This is our sort of coming out party, if you will. We've just announced our relationship with the World Heart Federation, had a major press event here yesterday, as a matter of fact, and the reaction has been fantastic. From Moscow to Istanbul to Singapore to Frankfurt to Munich to Heathrow, we've had people who are executive levels for all these airports at this terrific show who have had a chance to use it personally. And we like to say that the only people that like to use this machine are the people who have a blood pressure. And that's a lot of people. So therefore, even executives for airports are obviously interested in their own health and wellness. They use it one time, they see exactly what the benefits would be for the airport. So this has been fantastic for us.